Hello and welcome to today's video. And today I want to talk about Relic scrolls and Pila Fe scrolls, and more precisely why some people, or actually many people, seem to consider that Pila Fe scrolls are better than Relic scrolls, because in my opinion there really isn't much difference between these two. But let's find out together, and maybe if I show to you, you will probably understand it better. And now to start this video off, since I already did a video on Relic scrolls, this time I will start with Pila Fe scrolls. And before I get into more details about the advantages of Pila Fe scrolls, I will have shown on the screen 3 different boxes, each of them representing one run of 25 Pila Fe scrolls. And by that I mean each person brought 5 Relic scrolls. And below those 3 boxes, there will be shown the silver that I got from the monsters themselves as loot. And right after that I will have an average of those 3 runs and the price of each item if sold on the marketplace or at the NPC. Because for the purpose of this video, I will buy every single scroll from the marketplace and then sell everything that I get either on the marketplace if it's blackstones or relics, or at the NPC if it's other junk loot, and then see how much money I made from this run as profit. So from what you can see on the screen, even though right now the scroll prices are kind of high, still if you're going to buy them and do the run, you're not only going to lose your time, but also you're going to lose around 6 millions. But if you're farming in Valencia and you get these as drops, you're going to get around 40 millions as profit. And now to talk a bit about those advantages. First off, compared to the Relic run, you don't have any turn-in items, so all of those junk items can be sold at any NPC in any amount. The second advantage is that you get more memory fragments, but in return you get less seals. But since most people do this for the memory fragments, that is actually an advantage. The third advantage is that here you don't have 3 bosses, you only have 2 bosses per scroll, and out of these bosses, only the first one gets that 5 seconds invincibility buff, and the second one can be attacked as soon as it spawns, so bosses die really fast compared to a Relic run. The next advantage is that the Pila Fe run has a lower runtime, and by that I mean you only need about 37 minutes to complete the whole run, and that means you start in Heidel and you come back also in Heidel, at least that's for me, and around 37 minutes is a quite low time. And finally, on the list of advantages, you get more personal loot, and that means if all the other teammates have 5 scrolls and you have 7, you're still going to get a lot more memory fragments, because the memory fragments are mostly coming from the bundles, not from the drops from the boss. And finally, if you look on the bottom left of the screen, I have displayed the time per money, and that's around 1 million per minute. And I only displayed that because I want to compare this to the Relic run and see which one is more profitable in terms of money per time invested. And now moving on to Relic scrolls, the money income will be calculated the same way as I did with Pila Fe scrolls. But one thing to note is that at least here you're going to make profit if you decide to buy the scrolls from the marketplace, even with that 900k price, which is pretty high compared to the fact that usually they are 750. And if you want to look at the numbers, you can pause the video because I will be moving on to advantages now. So to start listing the advantages, first off, they are actually quite obvious. Since you get more seals, you're going to get more blackstones, there is a higher quantity on the marketplace for the shards, and also since you can fish them, they are lower in price than the Pila Fe scrolls. A lot more people do Relic scrolls because they've been in the game for a quite long time, and also you can get them in a lot of places compared to the Pila Fe scrolls, which can only be acquired by grinding in Valencia. And the personal advantage that I like to include is that you can also do gathering while you're doing your relic scrolls, so you can have that chance to get one sharp or hard shard. And for the runtime, this one takes a little bit more than the Pila Fe, because here there are 3 bosses instead of 2, and all of these 3 bosses have that 5 seconds immunity on them, so you can't attack them right before they spawn, and it takes around 50 minutes to complete the run. And just for fun, the time per money is also shown. You can get maybe 500k if you grinded those relics, meaning if you fished them or got them as drop, and around 125-24k silver if you bought all of those relic scrolls. Also, I added on the bottom left corner, just for fun, the Pila Fe income if you would buy all of those scrolls. So if you want, you can just lose 150k per minute. Sounds quite okay. So in conclusion, I would say that if the prices for the scrolls would be lower, at least at the normal price, you could make some profit even if you buy the scrolls for the Pila Fe run, but in my opinion it's still better to do relic scrolls if you want to buy them, because you can get a lot more than 6 million profit if the scroll prices drop. And Pila Fe is still faster than the relic runs, and they are better to do if you actually want to grind in Valencia. But if you're not grinding in Valencia to get those scrolls yourself, I really don't see the point of doing the Pila Fe runs at all. So I guess that's all for now. I'm sure I actually missed a few points that I wanted to talk about that I forgot to do, but if I did, I will probably make another video some other day. For now, that's all I have to say. So thanks for watching the video and see you next time.